Anyway, this brings us to the conclusion of Wesley's introduction in the Primitive Physics, section 5. Hence, it was perhaps that the ancients, not only of Greece and Rome, but even of the barbarous nations, usually assigned physic a divine original. And indeed, it was a natural thought that he who had taught it to the very beasts and birds, the Cretan stag, the Egyptian ibis, could not be wanting to teach man. So in other words, our knowledge of physic comes from God and should be attributed to God. Alright, he also says, Sanctius his animal mesci capius alte. Some foreign words. Yea, sometimes even by those meaner creatures, for it was easy to infer, if this will heal that creature whose flesh is nearly on the same texture with mine, then in a parallel case it will heal me. The trial was made, the cure was wrought, and the experience and physic grew up together. So basically, we can learn from the natural world. We know that if a cat has an upset stomach, it will choose to eat grass to help itself regurgitate. What a beautiful thought. And so we've learned over time, through knowledge and experience, some ways that we can take care of our own physical health and state. That brings us, oh, did I already say we were to the conclusion? There are like 2 more sections. Ha! Fooled you. That brings us to section 6. As a manner of using the medicines here set down, I should advise, as soon as you know your distemper, which is very easy unless in a complication of disorders, and then you would do well to apply to a physician that fears God, first, use the first of the remedies for the disease which occurs in the ensuing collection, unless some other of them be easier to be had, and then it may do just as well. Secondly, after a competent time, if it takes no effect, use the second, the third, and so on. I have purposely set down, in most cases, several remedies for each disorder, not only because all are not equally easy to procured at all times and all places, but likewise the medicine that cures one man will not always cure another of the same distemper, nor will it cure the same man at all times. Therefore, it was necessary to have a variety. However, I have subjoined the letter 1 to those medicines some think to be infallible. Thirdly, observe all the time the greatest exactness in your regimen or manner of living. Abstain from all mixed, all high-seasoned food. Use plain diet, ease of digestion, and this is as sparingly as you can. So in other words, abstain from mixing your food, keep them separate. Nah, that's not really what it's saying. It's basically saying don't put too much seasoning and excess stuff on your food, especially if your stomach disagrees. So listen to your stomach. How nice. All right. Drink only water. If it agrees, this is water. You can trust me. If it agrees with our stomach. If not, clear small beer. I don't have any clear small beer around. Let's see, I have Everclear. Is that the same thing? Anyway, if not, drink clear small beer. Use as much exercise daily in the open air as you can without weariness. Sup at 6 or 7 on the lightest food. Go to bed early and arise betimes. To preserve with steadiness in this course. Be on a schedule. It's often more than half the cure. Above all, add to the rest, for it is not labor lost, that old-fashioned medicine, prayer, and have faith in God who killeth and maketh alive, who bringeth down to the grace and bringeth up. So thus starts the advice of Wesley for our physic, which brings us to section 7. For the sake of those who desire through the blessing of God to retain the health which they have received, I have added a few plain, easy rules, chiefly described from Dr. Chain. Dr. Chain. I'll tell you what, Dr. Chain isn't as good as Dr. Pepper. So I'm going to give you some more enlightenment. I'm Dr. Pepper, but you can call me 23 Flavors. All right, I'm talking to you. Yep. All right, anyway. Now, in order to illustrate each one of these rules, I'm going to enlist the good help of my friend Will. Will is going to be our human experiment today. Now, I promised him that he will only mildly get hurt in the process, but he's going to show us what not to do for each of the following rules. So, I'll talk a little bit about the rules, and then you'll hear a little bit from my friend Will. Hello everybody, it's me, 23 Flavor Flav. I'm back, and I'm here to bring you the rules from John Wesley's Primitive Physick, starting with Section 1, Rule 1. The air we breathe is of great consequence to our health. Those who have been long abroad in easterly or northerly winds should drink some warm pepper tea on going to bed, or a draught of toast and water. Ah, yes. It's the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, and air quality is starting to become a concern. And so John Wesley has, well, first of all, he's recognized that the air quality is a concern. And secondly, he's, he's figured out that, that you need to recover from it in some sense, that it's polluting your body. What's it say? Warning. To avoid danger of suffocation, keep this bag away from babies and children. Do not use this bag in cribs, beds, carriages, and playpens. Just a bag. I'm not suffocated. Oh, that doesn't come off. Oh, I can't get it off. Whew, that was scary. Section 1, Rule 2. Tender people should have those who lie with them or are much about them sound, sweet, and healthy. Tender people, tender and sweet. Makes me think of a good steak. Pulverize them a little bit, sweeten up, add a little au jus. But anyway, these were the words that were ascribed to people that weren't quite healthy. They were a little tender, and if they were sweet, they were healthy. And so basically he's saying that if you're sick, well, you shouldn't be left alone. You should have somebody to take care of you and help nurse you back to health and to lay with you, which I'm assuming was just to be around you. Maybe if I tenderize myself a little more, my mommy will come and take care of me. Tenderizer. Ugh.